Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Week 3 World Cup game. USA versus Indonesia, specifically Shenful on Scorpion versus Kai on Crab, or Godfang, I guess, but Kai in the sheet. Um, okay, just catching up a little bit. Changed title, posted, so we'll see in this matchup. Deck-wise, I can quickly go over them while they're deciding mulligans here. Let's see if I can grab some. Mhm. So the crab deck's actually I think the more non-standard of the two. I did 3 Talisman of the Sun um, is certainly more. Most crabs are on one or two. 3 Vengeful Berserkers is quite different, as well as Koge mostly doesn't make the cut in a lot of crab decks, and third Tower Guard. So got some interesting changes there. Otherwise, largely Crabicorn and Scorpion, very much. Kind of dragon, 2 Ancient Mattress, 2 Hawk Tattoos, and 2 Let Goes. So he's running Maya Mystics and Clouds, which is an interesting take. I know a lot of Scorpion do, but at the same time, it can kind of just turn on all the attachment control that's out there, and there is a ton. So having 2 attachment controls is pretty common, at least 2. So anything wrong with the stream audio or the visuals or anything like that, please let me know. I don't think it's safe. I can get a little bit more zoom there for now um, for the stream. So I think I'm all by myself right now, but hopefully we'll get some viewers coming in. So, um, yeah. Okay, so opening up, we have flops. We have a Karada District, which is great in a lot of matchups, but not so great here for Crab. And we see Scorpion gets Bushi Liar. I don't know how they always do that. Not only that, he's got 2. So he's got 3 1-cost characters and a 2-cost character. So takes that Passing Fate. Go Steadfast Witch Hunter for 1 and third Tower Guard. So we'll see if Shen draws into the Fate Worse than Death, which I think is kind of would be the thing he's looking to here on the play. I just remove that Witch Hunter immediately and have a pretty big econ advantage going into the second turn. I think a bit of a risky play, given 4 attachment controls as well for the reprieves for Crab, but I think in this matchup you got to go for a little risk. I mean, calling in favors wouldn't fly, I don't think, on the reprieve, so it's just let goes. Oh, with Crada there. We see passes. A Crab is first, so see if they take the Daunting Attack into the Seeker Void row. We see a Witch Hunter heading in. Hits Shameful Display. Well, not a bad. It gives a Fate. Another Fate. Not bad. I mean, both 0 glory characters, so I don't know if Shen may activate it just for the honor loss, but not sure it's 100% worth it now with the third Tower Guard possibly coming in. I think we see no defense. Yeah, no defense. So yeah, Fate Worse than Death. I was going to say that signals a Fate Worse than Death pretty hard. The Crab deck is running 2 Censures, but obviously they're not on right now. So yeah, that Witch Hunter heads home blanked, and we're sitting at 1 character to 1 character with a 4 fate advantage for Scorpion at this point. And the third Tower Guard is still a 1/1. That was the mill attack, so looking at a one military. Oh, Skirmisher comes in to possibly grab this Water Ring, which is actually quite big. Bows the Liar gives third Tower Guard more strength on mill. We'll see if the Assassinate I think would be the best response from Shen. He'd get to use his box, he'd stop his conflict, be a 5 fate instead of 4 fate advantage. Or maybe, I mean, he could, well, I think it's a bit, I don't think it's advantageous to wait for the card because Crab might just, to try to break, Crab might just pass and then, gain the water ring, and then it can go and attack third tower guard as well for another free ring. Shen passes, so we'll see if he goes in for the break. Nope, he doesn't. Minor benefit of turning on the Scorpion box here. Liar passes. Let's see if Shen has a conflict character. I think he's running 10 conflict characters, so chances are he definitely has one, or chances are he most likely has one. Let's say it that way. Oh, 2 viewers now. That's cool. Hi, Mittens. Yeah, crab. Secretly. I mean, don't tell anyone, but I'm secretly pulling for the crab as well. But City open hand is bowed, right? Of course. I always think of that as City as lies, but no, the stronghold is bowed. Grab the fate. Yep, makes sense. The honor away from the opponent. Third tower guard is nope. We see Meek Informant come down with a fate. Interesting. I mean, it's one cost character. You get him in next round, but you don't see him with a fate often. The Shameful display was not triggered last turn, so making it, I guess there's 0 glory, 0 glory again. So going back into Shameful is not the worst thing. You could try to just deny Seeker Fate, I suppose. Oh no, Meek Informant can go on the attack against. It's Flooded Waste. Not the best place for your Imperial Palace. I mean, it certainly makes Flooded Waste harder to break, but you don't want Flooded Waste to be necessarily hard to break. Now it's very farmable. We'll see if he chucks that. I mean, he's got 2 Censures in his deck, but I don't know if it's worth keeping the Palace for that. And Shan, I believe has 2 as well. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Crab has 2 Censures, and there's 2 Censures in the Scorpion deck as well. So, favor is somewhat important, but I mean, Crab has a bunch of semi-farmable provinces, but sorry, that's extra farmable. Yeah, Mittens. Yeah, Censure. I've seen it before. I don't know about it in Crab. I mean, it's just really hard for us to get the favor, or for Crab to get the favor. Sometimes, often. Third Tower Guard goes in for the quote-unquote safe attack into Shameful on Void. I would have thought maybe about Earth, but maybe you want to save the Earth with some Fate when you have Keepers. I can see that. Just because getting rid of this Meek Informant somewhat low value unless you try to, like, you're trying to pull off a big Way of the Crab or something. Here, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the most impactful Void Ring. Okay, so going into the next turn, no breaks. Cards are exactly the same. Honor's pretty close. So we have Scorp with a 3 Fate advantage, but Crab has favor. So still relatively close. I mean, that Fate advantage is a bit worrying, given what Scorp can do with it, but certainly Crab can overcome that in the medium to long term, just with their own economic advantage cards. Another liar comes out. We got, yeah, again, 3 1-costers and a 2-coster in the row. I wonder if he buys that Maya Mystic. I mean, there's no attachments to get rid of on the table, but Crab's going to have, Crab's certainly going to look to play them, so you could suppress that for the turn. And there's one of those 3 Vengeful Berserkers. Mittens does not approve. Yeah, 3 is a lot. I could see 1 or 2. I really could. Certainly, if you're running a broker deck, definitely. But yeah, 3 with only 3 conflict characters. You got a lot of cheap Dynasty characters, but only 3 conflict characters, and not any like pyres or anything like that. So you can't reliably sack things other than Way of the Crab, which he is running 3. Yeah, I don't know. But he's 3 cost, 3 political. 3 military. It's not terrible, but. And takes it on mill, which is, I think, aggressive sort of favor. Golfing bids 2. I guess worrying about the flip bid at this point. So he drops in cards. He's got a pretty healthy honor buffer now. Of course, that'll disappear rapidly over the game, thanks to walks. But and Shen sitting on 8 Fate, which is significant. Oh yeah, Mittens, I didn't notice that either. He kept the Karada. That's I mean, it's open deck list, so he knows there's nothing to do with it other than to battle Shameful, and I guess for Hida Guardians and Isukis and stuff. Um, if he was dumping the Palace, he might have just wanted to have a holding, but he had enough holdings in your deck. Okay, Flooded Wastes, of course. Probably attacking with the Mystic, so as not to break it. Oh no, Liar, he's going for the break. Okay. I mean, I guess the rest of Crab provinces are not really that scary either. But let's double check the provinces he is on. I assume he's on the standard, but you never know. Nope. He is not. Well, Flooded Waste has already been on standard, but we see Before the Throne is the air province. Defend the Wall, Meditations, Shameful, and Flooded. So a couple different farmables there for Scorpion, which they love to see. But I mean, yeah, if Before the Throne does break, then that's a pretty good buffer. Scorp's main plan, but don't think they'll put too much effort into breaking Before the Throne. So if I was Crab, I'd just not. I mean, what's he attacking on? He's attacking on air, and you are up at 11. I would not block this at all. Put any effort into keeping this from breaking. You have no manicured, sort of a province you want them to go to over and over again, or have to go to, or even get some benefit from. So, and Meditations of the Taos is not live, so really want them to hit Defend the Wall next, I guess, with a mill. So steals with the Stronghold, or Shenful steals with the Stronghold. It looks like it's uncontested air, so that'll be 2 more. So that'll take Crab rapidly back down to 8 from that bid. So Borderlands Defender, or no, Envoy is probably going to go military, would be my guess. Military, there's no keepers, but Earth I think is still the best option here. I guess you could get an honor on the Borderlands. Oh, Borderland Defender goes in for the attack. I guess there's no For Shames to worry about. But on defense, you're semi-safe or safer from a fate worse than death than you are on attack. So I think a poke with the Envoy might be a little wiser, but I guess going with the Defender is threatening a break off the bat. You have 3 Bonzas in your deck, so, and even for Scorpion, assassinating an Envoy just feels bad, right? So they do it, but you don't mind that much, even if you did Bonsai into it. So pokes into Pilgrimage, so not threatening the break anymore. And, any attachments he plays are going to be very ephemeral. I mean, then he wouldn't mind baiting it on a... He does have 3 Katanas, so he's on the 3 Katana tech. 3 Katanas, 3 Bonsais, and Skirmisher, I suppose, are the things that get up to 5 here. Shen doesn't defend, kind of relying on his big mitt of really good Scorpion cards to handle this. I mean, yeah, there's way of the Scorpion to reduce strength and fate worse than death and etc. etc. Conflict characters, all sorts of things could handle a threatened break here. Plays a Talisman of the Sun to go up to breaking. I mean, that Mystic has to attack in Earth, so, even if Shen has nothing else to deal with this Talisman, I can't imagine, or the situation of the possible break, I can't imagine he'd have that much trouble with just sacking the Mystic for the Talisman. Certainly, yeah, if he's going to attack with the Mystic, doesn't want it sent to, I don't know, some province he doesn't want to go to. Oh, Sneak comes in, steals the last Fate, classic Sneak. So Katana or Bonsai for the possible break, but Katana's not necessarily going to be enough because, well, the dropping the talismans still would be a break. Pilgrimage, yeah, doesn't invest any further into it, being down 3 cards. And Pilgrimage doesn't break. Grabs the ring. Goes into Meditations. Good find for Scorpion. Katana. It's pronounced Katana. uh, what did I say? Defense of the Envoy. Foregoing any second attack, but it would be 0 political anyway. I mean, Scorpion will have to invest a minor amount to win this. It is the Fire Ring, which is of some importance. I mean, you know, I could swim, could be turned on. Oh no, but Defender's not going to be another conflict this turn, but it would be next turn. Or just simply dishonoring the Envoy to drain a little bit more honor, but I don't think it's a high. I don't think this is a high effect sort of battle here, so we'll see what kind of investment from the two players. Because he can go, yeah, 3. He can go take the box up to 3. Well, next, as we were mentioning previously, you might come a little later. The provinces are all a bit big brainish on the crab side at this point. Unfortunately, there's Meditations. There is Before the Throne, and there's Defend the Wall. Defend the Wall obviously would be the big bang for the crab for them to hit, but not. Yeah, there was a 2 out of 3. We're not going to cause any problems for Scorpion. Okay, we see Gulfing Pass. The My Mystic takes out the Talisman, as one would expect. Actually, that's a good thing. I missed that during the play. Like, the Talisman was still there. Why not go to Defend the Wall with your Talisman? That would seem to make sense, because then you have a chance of at least getting an effect. I mean, again, Fire Ring not the biggest, but honoring the Borderlands Defender not bad. Okay, we see some of that massive big pile of fate spent on a Ketchko, 3 fate. I have to imagine 4 G-Dicks are going to stop any. Oh, there's no fate for the Reprieve anyway. For the Caillou Envoy. I mean, oh, that was just for. That was for. Oh, sorry, I missed that the conflict had already gone through. Right, of course, that was for favor. So Censures in hand, which only makes sense with two in the deck, and yeah, there is an okay chance that there's a Censure in each hand. So favor is of some value for sure, along with the military pump. It takes it on military, makes sense against crab. Yeah. Keeps Karada again. I think. Yep, kept Karada again. Still haven't got any holding based characters to utilize with that. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly blocking, calling it favors, but we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. Sorry. Yeah, I got the feedback to mouse over the cards a little bit more, which I never do, which is good feedback. I should. Yeah. Borderlands Defenders, obviously a decent foil for Ketchko on defense, and he has 2 of them, which is great. I mean, not so much it's stopping her from winning the ring, but at least from winning it outright, undefended. 3rd Tower Guard comes out again. So far, I've been a 1-1 in this matchup, the ones that have been played. We got a pretty juicy Earth Ring for the crab player. He hasn't gotten any keepers yet. Hasn't seen Satoshi. He's only running 2 Satoshi in the deck. And 2 Satoshis, and how many Imperials is he running? Just the Karada and Imperial Palace. So he's only had 4 Imperials in the deck, it looks like, which is a little spicy. I mean, you're going to rip through a lot of your deck there, but you know, good chance getting keepers, I guess. Okay, Scorpion passes first again. All 3 rounds so far. That's +3. Scorpion passing. Gets the manipulator and the sneak. We haven't seen any iron mines or anything like that for Godfang. He might end up with some fate here, so a lot of cards in hand for Scorp, so it's hard to threaten this sort of like reprieve way, the crab shenanigans, etc. But due to conflict characters, due to let goes, bids 1, interesting. So the card advantage pops up to 6 for Scorpion. I mean, certainly it's a long way to dishonor from this point, but 6 Scorp cards are worth a lot. 6 additional Scorp cards. Box grabs another fate. And so far there's it's the Maya Mystics that are being run in Scorpion plus 4 attachment control cards. So, if the plan is to stick a Watch Commander, it's going to be a bit tough at this point. I guess 1 Mystic is gone, so, but still. Yeah, Mittens is very excited about 2 defenders. Can't lose with 2 defenders. So we'll see if he uses them offensively on first attack. I don't know. I think it's worth it just to tower guard, poke, grab 2 fate, be happy. Oh, no. Defender's going in. Military. I guess blocking with Kachiko instead of attacking with Kachiko is a bit of a win, but can't see this Borderlands defender getting that much done. Or he could just go manipulator with some 4 shames, etc. I mean, if those are the characters you have, and you want to attack, that's what you do. But they're just so much better on defense. Grabs a 2 fate. I mean, Pilgrimage is safe if you're kind of just looking to grab fate. So, if Scorp has fate worse than death or something like that, they're just not going to defend. Or if they have, conflict character or tools to make this very difficult to break, then there's really no reason at all to defend. No keepers. So if there's keepers, that's kind of a great thing with going to Pilgrimage because you still at least get the keepers. Okay, threatens a break with the fan. Yep, and Fate Worse Than Death is fired off. No fear of censures. And poof, Borderlands Defender on their way home, unfortunately. I'm sure that Borderlands Defender is going to get a serious razzing in the Crab Clubhouse for being moved and bowed, which is, largely frowned upon by the Defender crowd. We'll see if there's a conflict character from Crab here. It's a political, so actually there can't be because he only has skirmishers, so there's going to be no conflict character coming in. And there's no rebuild favorable ground or anything like that option, so I think it's done. Okay, we get a sneak with a poke attack. Let's take a look at Scorp and see what military pumps they're pumping. 2 bonsais. And I guess they get Hawk Tattoo themselves. And of course, conflict characters out the wazoo. So this looks very much like a poke attack. It's on Tau with a character with no fate. But it forces a Borderlands defender defense, so that's kind of a win. She's not available to defend against Kachiko. Kachiko is usually the breaker, I find, for Scorpions. Kind of they just hang out until they get a big Kachiko and then go break if they want to win that way. Watch Commander comes out. I mean, I'm not sure that Scorpion was planning on playing any cards into this anyway. But, on a 3 fate character, so that's cool to have around. Oh, Mountain Does Not Fall. Interesting. We'll see if this gets Edict, because that's a pretty good play. Always hurts a little as a crab player to play it as first player. Kind of want to get those 3, but it's also a mistake to be greedy all the time and save it for second player. So certainly having this defender available to block Kachiko is pretty valuable, especially with a Watch Commander if it sticks on her. Oh, plays 4G Dick so the Mountain does not go through, which is certainly, Scorp. We all know their box is pretty decent, so other clans might be quaking at For Honor, but Scorpion is not. They might even be salivating at For Honor. That means they get box usage for forever. Okay, so we flip back to Crab, and Crab, third tower defender. Water's already gone, unfortunately for them, because that would be a pretty good ring if they could win it, of course. But this is their mill attack, which they have sort of natural advantage at, or at least equal advantage. No assassinations played by the Scorp player, though, and I have to imagine they're on 3. Yep, like every good Scorp player is. Wow, it's okay. That's a little. 3 might be a little. 4 honor playing assassination. Okay, maybe that's even just a bridge too far with the dishonor character. So third tower guard comes in. Oh, flips a new I guess doesn't want to go to pilgrimage, but what is she? He's going for air. Yeah, I can see it. Put even more pressure on with the manipulator leaving play. You want to get it off, but you don't want to go shameful display. So I guess you can take the risk. Doesn't find meditation, so that's some bad luck on the 50-50 for the third tower guard. I mean, he wants to find the meditation to the other side as soon as possible. Of course, he has roundabout found it in its own way. So way the Scorpion dishonors the third tower guard. Interesting. It's a 0 fate character. I guess just for the honor pressure? I mean, but that'll put Crab at 9 honor at the end of the turn. It's not great, but it's not bad. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Duh. Yeah, he wants to play the for shame. So he doesn't want to double for shame. He just wants to weigh the Scorpion. Makes sense. I should have seen that coming. Okay, so we got a big bad Kachiko heading on in to something. Yeah, I was going to say the Crab player is probably opening his before the throne and not defend the wall. So, looks like Crab's not getting not getting dishonored in this game for a while. But with a pretty hefty card advantage here and board plus fate, I say it's equal, or maybe still in Scorpion's favor. Probably still in Scorpion's favor. I don't think, but that's down to 2 honor, 1 honor after the. So we can Scorp box next turn to go up to 2 honor. But I guess getting somewhat uncomfortable if you can't get rid of that Watch Commander on the Borderlands Defender. Kuniori goes, yeah, low on fate. Oh wait, sorry, he's on a broken province. Yeah, wouldn't be terrible at this point. But, oof, Kasada with a dupe. That's pretty nice. Oh, there's a favorable ground to burn Kasada. One of Kasada's nemesis, the favorable ground. Of course, the #1 Kasada member is Doji Narishima, in my opinion. That guy has burned more. His perfect Kasada. Kasada nemesis. So we see, yeah, Kasada bought with 1 fate. Is he planning to buy the Vanguard Warrior as well? I think a little more investment in Kasada might have been worth it, but we'll see. I guess no reprieves have been played. No Iron Mines have come up either, though. That's a bit unlucky. And if he does play the Vanguard Warrior, I guess then he's going to give up 4th turn fate, passing fate to Scorpion. We'll see. Sorry, I missed. Is he considering? Oh no, it says the dupe, and then okay, right, because Scorpion goes first. Sorry, with the dupe, it was going to go anyway. Yep, so Vanguard Warrior hits the table. Not bad, but again, these hefty 2 Fate Worse Than Deaths are in the yard. Kachiko's already out, so I guess Scorp. I mean, they have a couple things. They got the Magistrate to dump some fate on. That's kind of the major thing for this turn to kind of pour a lot of fate into, but I'm sure they can use it later as well. And that was, it's not inconceivable they have a third face, Fate Worse than Death too, where they can Fable Ground and Fate Worse than Death, Casada or something like that. So I'm thinking score political, political air. If they're at all worried, I don't know if they're that worried at this point. Maybe they should be. No, heads in, grabs the fight, fate on the fight. I was gonna say, yeah, the fate's probably worth it more, and they can. Now, no assassinations have been played, and obviously pretty safe from assassination right now. Favorable ground. Oh no, he can't actually favorable ground out because Casada hasn't lost yet. So pretty safe from assassination. At least that's one thing, because Vanguard warriors are like assassination magnets. Feral Nino. No, that's true. You're right, Mine's Desire. Feral Nino is, yeah, the new. I was thinking back back in the last cycle where I got nourishment so many times, but yeah, no, Feral Nino is the new disgustingness. Yeah, he just doesn't even leave hand. I mean, come on. Anyway, sorry. I'll go on a pretty long rant here about that fair and balanced Feral Nino card also having a Casado wrecking ability. Yeah, I laugh all the way to my table flip mines when I'm playing crab. So Borderlands Defender. Okay, so we got a 2 skill attack on the political. We see a talisman played on the board, so that's sticking right now. Um, and I guess he could. I guess he could give up. Uh, oh, yeah, I guess he plays the Sinister Soshi to burn Casada. So considering doing something here. Over to Shameful Display. Wait a second. Sorry, did I miss that when I was looking at the provinces? Oh, I did. Of course, Shameful's there. Yes, there was a dangerous province. Apologies, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. Over to Shameful. We'll see if a Fate Worse than Death. Oh, he can't push this. So it looks like the Shameful is going to happen on the Zero Fate Shadow Stepper. I mean, he could have let go of the Talisman, but no, he couldn't do that. Oh, Fable Ground's out. That makes sense. Yep. So Shameful's not happening. Doesn't have to attack back there. Yep, good play. Definitely good play by Shen. He's made a few in his life to avoid that potential dishonor loss. So if he wants to keep up the dishonor pressure this turn, he has to go back air. But no, yeah, I was going to say I think Earth is a better ring. Kind of helps you a little bit with the card disadvantage, and you're at 0 fate, so need some fate. Heading to meditations. I guess it's a preferable province. I mean, I don't know. Upholding authority. Ugh, sorry, guys. I'm so used. I didn't look that closely at the provinces. I'm kind of stuck in the past on score provinces. Apologies. Heads into upholding authority, which he knew was there. I don't know. I mean, Scorp's got a ton of tricks in their hands, so maybe didn't feel that confident about pilgrimage. But I would have thought about pilgrimage at least. Casada's still on, so gotta have another action to burn, and could have busted it open. So the Shadow Stepper blocks just to. I mean, he's gonna take a Tetsubo hard to the face, so I think it's just to avoid losing the honor, of course. Yeah, we'll see if he keeps the Karate Disc again this turn, because calling it favors is a little dead now too when you're this low of honor in a way. I mean, next turn, Scorp may be back up to 3, etc., etc. So the honor pressure may dissipate quick. Cloud the Mind of Vanguard Warrior. Okay. Interesting. Makes sense. I mean, although Casada's certainly going to cause some problems here. Unless there's like burnable action sitting around all the time. So maybe he's got a second cloud. He only runs 2 clouds, but Censure counts. Oh, Censure cancels by Gaijin Customs. That's pretty big. It's the only Gaijin Customs in the deck. Hawk Tattoos in the Vanguard Warrior. This is super breaking now. And this is going to, well, I mean, it was pretty open anyway, but Catch Go has got a really good chance of nailing an air ring on the, oh, sorry, who, Shenful Hawk Tattooed? Where did the, oh, Gaijin Customs, yeah, the fate that was gained was used, Gaijin Customs, it was cancelled. We'll get to see hands. I mean, upholding authority is like the new best friend of the caster, along with the policy debate used to be. Oh, sorry, I just realized that when the Meek and Fortman came down, I didn't read out the hand. That's my bad. So the Shadow Stepper, I mean, certainly he's not going to get his ability used. He's kind of a expensive sort of Shigenja, even though Shen already had one, but he was just a character to get in the way of things. Rebuilds the Palace. Yeah, I mean, there's only one Sentry left for Scorpion, but two for Crab. And I suppose it helps Shameful not break quite a bit. Almost doubles the strength. Plus, he obviously has multiples. Doesn't want to eat all those loss of rebuilds. I bet he wishes he was rebuilding an Iron Mine. I mean, we're 16 cards into Dynasty, so a bit unlucky not to have hit an Iron Mine yet. So Shameful never got triggered, but at the same time, Zero Fate. Oh, third Fate worse than death on Casada. So Casada will be gone. Actually, there's no Fate to be had for the Crab player. That's unfortunate. I have to think it's a pretty good chance he has a reprieve by now, or decent enough chance. So that's a big blow for Casada to be disappearing. And upholding authority, well, thanks to the Hawk Tattoo, still going to break. That's kind of a dubious sort of win. Third Fate worse than death. Let me just double check that. Yep. One of them paid for by Passing Fate, by the 4 rounds of Passing Fate. Yeah, which is going to definitely cement this sort of board plus Fate kind of econ advantage that Scorpion's built up fairly quickly here. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Why did upholding not... Oh, the Shadow Stepper was there with the bonus. So it was a win, but not... I don't know why I completely forgot the Shadow Stepper being there. So it doesn't break, actually. We don't get to see hands. Boo. But the Earth Ring discarded a... whatever was before the Bonsai. Assassination, which is super dead. So that was a good discard for Scorpion. Catch-A-Go, thanks to Bonsai, busts that Shameful pretty bad, and now we're on. Next turn, we'll be looking at Crab Stronghold, 3 breaks to 0. So Scorpion flipped. You know, they win a lot of their games with Dishonor now, but if they have card advantage, they can also win pretty handily by Province Break. So. And won the Void Ring, so Borderlands Defender is going to wipe Crab's board, losing the Talesman and the Watch Commander. So we have, let's see, Catch-A-Go, let's see, she's worth 5, 6, 8, Fate, kind of on board, quote unquote, here, versus 0. I certainly think it looks fairly bad for Crab. I mean, the honor situation is still a little dangerous for Scorp, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what Crab can pull out here. On the box, let me just double check that again I'm not missing something pretty big. Well, we saw before, so they have Defend the Wall on the box, which you've certainly seen before. It's not super popular, but it's not bad. Double Caillou Envoy, not really any way that Crab threat here, because thanks to the Ancient Master play with 1 Fate, obviously a really good play against Crab to invest a little bit more to protect you against Way of the Crab. So double Envoy, I guess you Witch Hunter, or 1 Envoy Witch Hunter, but you might as well go 2 Envoys, but then you can only put 1 Fate into the Witch Hunter. Pick up a fade off the ring. Satoshi, I don't know. Satoshi's just gonna, Kachiko's just gonna eat him up. Mittens, I don't know if I would have went one so early either. But Kai Godfink did have that sort of round. He had him down to, sorry, I didn't notice this. I didn't describe the Scorpion side. So we get a big shoju. So Kachiko is not the only breaker, of course. Shoju often eventually hits the field. Now Kachiko and shoju out, and also playing 3 Fate Worse Than Death. I mean, that, on turn 5, that's impressive amount of cash that Scorpions managed to sort of accumulate or save. Oh, we see a Satoshi bot no Fate. I guess. I mean, he knows it's going to be a political attack, but Shoju Kachiko, that's 13 mil. Kachiko's going to send one home. I mean, 13 political. Yeah, this looked really bad for Crab. What ring? Yeah, and the bids flip. Crab realizes they definitely need some cards, and then box used previous, so what was the box used? The box used was used in the Dynasty phase. Yep. Okay. So so he actually pulls ahead of the Crab. So Satoshi, interesting. Satoshi was bought with 0 Fate, and then there was no Satoshi usage to try to get a Satoshi dupe. There's no Satoshis. I mean, the only other Imperial is one other Satoshi, so you're kind of risking it, but I think you have to at this point. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Chat can fill me in. I don't know why you wouldn't use Satoshi there to try to get a dupe. I mean, it's unlikely to go to another round, or it's looking bad to go to another round, but just kind of do it in case. Rather have a Satoshi next round than not. So Skirmisher hits the field, gets covert. That'll be useful. I guess you covert the Ancient Master here, I think, because any other defenders just to win for you. Yeah, activates, gets covert. Don't think you can send anyone else with him. No. Head into upholding authority, probably with no intention of actually breaking it at this point. Water ring, yeah, water ring's pretty juicy. But Scorpion's gotten up to 5. He hasn't played any of his. Oh, he's lost 1 assassination to Earth Ring, so he's 2 assassinations in hand or deck here. So I think there's a decent chance he has it. Plus, there's 2 Way of the Scorpions. No, 1 Way of the Scorpion left to turn him to 0. Conflict, sneak, plus some pump could do it. Actually, no, sneak will do it by himself. He water ringed Kachiko. He coverted Kachiko, which I don't necessarily, again, chat may disagree with agree with that, because you want Kachiko to block. Kachiko blocks, you're happy because you basically water ringed her. So Way the Crab. Okay, can see it. I mean, he's gonna sack this Ancient Master, or he's just gonna Forge Edict it. But Forge Edict, pretty solid too. A loss of 2 strength or 3 strength. But he's got, it is Forge Edict. Okay, so I guess he didn't have, or Shenful didn't have any other way to deal with the Skirmisher. No assassination, no. I mean, there's 3 bonsai for Crab, so Way of the Scorpion may not have been that effective in dealing with it. So Skirmisher is going to need some sort of pump. Drops the katana. Yeah, there's 3 katanas in the deck, so he has 2 more katanas, and he's got all 3 bonsais. Plus, he can spend some money on Watch Commander or the 3rd talisman. 3 talismans in the deck to kind of pump up. But see what Scorp has to do to answer. I think, let's see. Defend the Wall 7. Showed you can kill somebody. Probably Court Games or Honor or Dishonor. Yeah. Rough, even if just showed you attacks with backup from, say, a Meek Informant, or could even attack with the Cunning Magistrate. Yeah, there's 2 of them in the deck. So there are there is two Watch Commanders, Sir Lodges, left in the deck. But Scorp's at 5 honor. That's a pretty good buffer for Watch Commander. Last turn, certainly, yeah. Could have stopped a lot of cards. But yeah, it was quite a reversal, being in 2 honor danger zone after Stronghold, popping up to 5. I mean, certainly I think Kai is going to use the extra cards he drew this turn. But that was kind of the turn to try to get this honor win if you could get it. Oh, yeah, Assassination comes down to sort of stop any threat here, unless it's the third skirmisher pops down. But he needed a third skirmisher and then another card on top of that. Certainly the Water Ring would be worth it to do that, but no, pass. So there's gonna be no Water Ring. Okay, so we got the full force here. No court games have been played, so and super good chance there's one of those. Crab hasn't played any court games either, but still. Fan comes in Satoshi, so it doesn't instantly get set home. 2 Let Go's still in the Scorpion deck, along with 2 Calling in Favors. To possibly handle that, I mean, you could rebuild Karada, I suppose. So you sort of reverse that, but for a fan, seems like a lot. I think there's still a 2 for Shames. Let's see what else we got on the political here. Yeah, 2 for Shames, the court games, One Way of the Scorpion, and probably a bunch of other relevant stuff I'm not thinking of right now. But I mean, ring-wise, air, earth, fire, I guess they're all okay. Oh, Spyglass hits Satoshi. Yeah, that's no fate left though. So yeah, the Satoshi dupe is looking better and better here. Since you didn't get passing fate anyway. Of course, yeah, it does put you at risk of losing by dishonor, but so this is a pretty heavy investment. There's no way to get the reprieve money either here. Okay, well, Kaio Envoy actually dying. Dying from Shoju would get you the reprieve money, I suppose. But I don't know if Shoju cares that much about the Kaio Envoy to take him out. He may still yet. Spyglass pulls up a card. Assassination has taken Shen down to 2. So yeah, I think you're right. If the Assassination come down, then the Watch Commander could have been pretty relevant here. Okay, up to 9. See what Scorpion can do to get 6 more, plus whatever Crab plays in defense. Yeah, I just... Sorry, I keep going back to Satoshi dupe. No one's told me how foolish I'm being in the chat, so I assume... Because you could have got Keepers too and gone Earth. You could have got a lot of Keepers off the Satoshi dupe and gone harder Earth for defenders, but... Okay, so we see a court games played. Only character left to dishonor is Shoju. See what Scorpion does in response. Interesting. So the favorite choice last turn, he was on Stronghold, and Scorpion chose Military as the political favor. I guess it did help a lot stopping that first conflict because he wasn't first. Yeah, I can totally see that. But natural inclination for me, at least, would have been to go political. But I think, in retrospect, that is the better choice, given that you so vulnerable to watering. Okay, Shoju pumps down the defender. Obviously, can do it again, which gets him 5 points away from the break. If he pumps it down again. Yeah, it's not Nyx is not commonly seen at all, but given this particular province lineup, I mean, I've seen Shameful on the box. Sometimes you could put Flooded Waste there if you're feeling, really spicy. Just kind of like as a sort of like a super rally in a way to stop that one, but it's way worse on the second attack. But yeah, it's not the usual sort of rally on the box type of setup here. I like Pilgrimage on the box. But yeah, Shameful on the box. Yeah, it's Ronnie. I know. Last night at a local tournament, Ronnie was playing a Lion with a Shameful on the box, and it did do a lot of work actually. So Shen's thinking. Like I said, he's got a lot of political quote unquote pumps or affecting cards potentially in his hand, and there's no favor for Crab to utilize those censures. Yeah, so we'll see what he's contemplating. He plays court games to dishonor Satoshi. Um, I mean, it's one less strength than he could have got from doing Kachiko, but Satoshi can be bowed by the third for shame then, because the court games has already been used. Oh, sorry, played court games, but he dishonors the envoy. Duh. Yeah, you get to pick. I'm sorry, brain fart there, guys. And successful defense. Um, okay, so this military favor might really come into play now. Zero fate, Crab. Cunning Magistrate comes down with the fate. So that's a Bonza. Ooh, wow. That is the only military pump, because he's used all his fate, is the bonsai with favor. So, yep. Shen definitely thinking many steps ahead of me. Drops the Cunning Magistrate after Crab forced to sort of exhaust himself in that defense. And now he's a bonsai away, and Crab is actually at 3 honor as well. A little bit more, definitely. Oh no, he can't assassinate a Cunning Magistrate, does. So, yeah. Um, Crab concedes. I mean, that could be just next level mind games that he has the bonsai. I don't make him show me the bonsai. At least there's only one more in the deck. Unless I'm missing, is there anything that? Oh, air. No, because you can go unopposed fire. Oh, unopposed fire. Yeah, yeah. That's the win. Doesn't even need the. Sorry, doesn't even need the. Um, doesn't even need to break. So unopposed fire. So yeah, I gotta say it again. Sorry, I'm harping. Yeah, Satoshi dupe. Then at least you would need the bonsai. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, chat. Yeah, I see the chat caught it before me, but I was just looking over the options too. That unopposed firing. So even on the stronghold, Scorpion has to dishonor victory. It's in the credo now. So thanks to players. That was a fun game to cast. Thanks to everyone for watching. And yeah, World Cup's been great so far. So I'm happy to bring you another World Cup game. Bye, everybody. Of course, yeah, just message me with any feedback about how I can improve commentating, etc. That'd be great. Thank you.